medium mech. What you can tell it's a medium mech is the dot in the middle. What do we got there? I'm hoping it's a... Oh my god! Oh my god! Hope you're ready to rock, because we are jumping right into this. So today, welcome back viewers, I am your host, Get Good Fox, and I've got two more light mechs to show you. Today we're piloting my mech with my color scheme, introducing the Firestarter. This is a mech that very much punches up. It punches above its weight class, meaning despite being a 35-ton mech, this mech does quite a bit of damage, with the disadvantage that it does need to close the distance with you. The Firestarter is really good in demolition missions, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. And it's really good at destroying enemy mechs, so I am going to close the distance with this guy. And you can quickly see what the Firestarter is known for is the flamers that it's equipped with. 4 of them, actually. No tank you? What is it? What is it talking about? I don't even... you know what's annoying about some of these achievements is I just don't know. I don't know what I did to unlock it. It's like... I mean, I can take a guess. Oh, it also has jump jets, so in we go. We're in, boys. Oh, I'm going to burn you. So flamethrowers are really good against buildings. That's why it's our machine guns. Machine guns and flamers are both very good. Oh, God, crashed into a wall like a doofus. Yeah, so machine guns and flamethrowers are both very good at destroying buildings. These kinds of buildings here, we can just run through them. It's not too big of a deal. That's actually a pretty efficient way of doing it. But for the buildings that you can't run through, like this larger compound, you can do a ton of damage to it just by kind of walking by like this. And strafing through it. Why am I so slow right now? I must be like walking through something. You can see this right here. Like, I'm just absolutely shredding this building. And it's actually a lot of fun too. Like, if you haven't tried this, it is so much fun. And then I can just easily just mow some of these things down. This is one that we can run through, so I'm just going to kablamma right through it. Ooh, right in the storage facility. Now, the Firestarter is armed with a few weapons, but its most iconic are the 4 flamethrowers, but it's supported by 2 in this game they're known as flamers. It's supported by 2 machine guns, and then it does have a little bit of range capability with 2 medium lasers. Part of the reason why the Firestarter does so much damage is just because it's just armed with a ton of weapons, like, especially for its size. And when it gets in the optimal range where it's capable of using all of its weapons simultaneously, you just wind up, it just chews right, even larger mechs, it will chew through them surprisingly quick, and the Firestarter can use its speed to get behind you. Oh, I see one of those things over there. To the skies! Oh ho! Now we can... Oh, wait. I see we left some of the defenders there. That's fine, though. I can easily just mow them down. Now, I don't really like the Firestarter in its default config, and that's because the Firestarter loses a lot of damage to its kind of heat inefficiency. Basically, if I do this, you see I'm just shooting and I'm holding the buttons down. If I do that long enough, eventually I'm going to heat up. You can actually see my heat climbing, 8, 19, 20, 20, you know, going up like that. And it really stinks because these weapons, it's very important that these weapons are firing continuously. These weapons need to be shooting as long as possible in order, because like the damage, it's not done up front. It's not like a PPC where it hits you, you take the damage and that's that. This weapon, the shots need to, you know, it needs to saturate you with the flamers and saturate you with the machine guns for a while. Wow, this commando is just getting toasted by these like missiles from our dropship. Also, the Firestarter is pretty fast, just as quick as the commando, as you can see. But, yeah, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get out of here, boys. I mean, look at that. Like, I mean, oh, wow, we got an LRM. A Tier 3 LRM-20. That's really good. I mean, I don't have a single mech that could actually utilize such a weapon. We didn't take any salvage. I put all the... Because these people don't really like us, so... I'll just take these. And yeah, we finished that mission so fast, so efficiently, because the Firestarter just trashed the battlefield that I barely even got a chance to talk about it. Wow, check out the damage board. I don't know if doing damage to the buildings is contributing to this, because like that might explain why their damage numbers look pretty good here. But if this doesn't include the damage to the buildings, you look at that. Everyone did. I mean, if people do half the damage I do, I would be perfectly happy with it. Especially the Commando doing the second most damage and only taking 7 points of damage, pretty much all of it on the right torso there. But let me not pat you guys on the back too quick. Moving right into the second light mech that we'll be demonstrating is the Jenner. Yes, this is the mech that we salvaged earlier. The Jenner's a rather curious-looking mech. It's basically a pair of legs, like a very deadly pair of legs. I think it's a rather silly-looking mech, but that's actually why I like it. It's a very BattleTech-looking mech. Like I can't recall anything even similar to the Jenner in really any other game I've played or universe I've seen. It's a very, 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 very BattleTech looking mech. This Jenner is actually not the standard Jenner. That'd be the Jenner 7D. This is the 7P. This is the one that had the chem lasers. But I have gone out of my way to redesign it to resemble. I actually couldn't make it exactly like the Jenner 7D. But I did what I could to make it as close to the original as possible, and then we'll go through the customizations afterwards. Anyways, the Jenner is a very high-performance mech. It is the hot rod. It's like the Corvette of the light mechs. A blistering top speed of 113. It's just slightly slower than the Locust, and yet it actually carries decent weapons. It also has quite a few jump jets, but this version, the 7P, doesn't actually come with any jump jet ports, but the 7D does. For armaments, we've got 2 medium lasers. You'll see they're actually in the 2 little arm pods, which is really awesome because it means we're able to shoot straight upwards. Like, let me see, just like that. You can see. Whereas the missile launcher is right on top of the Jenner's body. You see them pop out right there, so we are limited in our shot. Like, I can't shoot straight up like that, but that's fine. I care more about the accuracy of the lasers than I do with the missiles, but when it comes to scouting, it's tough to get better than the Jenner, and this is a mech that lighter mechs are really concerned with or other scouts are concerned with, and that's because it's fast enough to keep up with them and damaging enough. Like this is the perfect example. My aim is just going a little crazy there. This is the perfect example. I can easily maintain pace with this mech, and I've got way more firepower. Like, this thing, it can't escape me. I'm just way too fast, and that's what makes the Jenner such a, how do you say, what's happening to my, I had a pop-up. Wait a second. Okay, that was weird. Like, I had a pop-up and it threw me out of the game for a moment. Anyways, my point is that lighter mechs, this thing can hunt down, it can scout, it can raid, but most importantly, it can actually hunt down other light mechs because it is more than capable of outgunning them. Well, I lost a little bit of armor on my arm. That's unfortunate because I would lose 2 lasers if that arm gets any more beat up. That was because, for some reason, I lost control of my neck. My aim is just going a little crazy there. This is the perfect example. I can easily... Anyways, I chose the Warzone as a great way to demonstrate the effectiveness of the Jenner because it's the kind of battlefield where having a lot of speed, we can scramble around the battlefield and use our speed to our advantage, and we can really stretch our legs out. Oh, looks like they're behind me. Not a good idea because my 4 medium lasers are more than capable of cutting you down. Alright, I've decided to stay a little longer because I'm having the exact same problem. This mech is doing the job so effectively that I don't have a chance to actually show you how this mech performs. We are going to risk losing the left arm, so I'm going to try to fight on the right side so that the right arm is showing. And I want to just battle some more of these mechs just so that you can see because I didn't even talk about what is the weakness of the Jenner. Well, The Jenner, since it has basically everything, it has to give something up. And what it gives up is heat efficiency. These medium lasers run hot along with the SRM. And that actually means it is the perfect candidate. There you go, right there. I just had an emergency shutdown because my mech got too hot. And that's perfect just to show you what I mean by the mech runs hot. Because this is going to be our mech for trying out the what do you call it? Oh, there we go. Lost the arm right there. Great shot by him. I'll give him props for that. Landing the SRM, blasting my arm off, but still too late. And I did not equip very good SRMs on this mech. I equipped, I think, pretty ordinary SRMs, so I'm not even like bent out of shape about losing the weapon. But we are going to be trying out the chem lasers on this because, as you can see, like I am having some heat problems, and that is the anticipated role that I expect chem lasers to be basically a cooler medium laser. So I'm actually very eager to see how it works out. It also means that if you're battling a Jenner and you're having trouble duking it out with it, one of the things you can do is try to knock its arms out, because if it loses its arms, it loses a lot of its firepower. Gonna try to get its leg right there. There we go. Got its leg. That's going to be the end of it. Can't light mech without speed. Big trouble. Alrighty, so we got an extra 70,000 C-bills right there. That more than pays for the damage of it, or at least I think it'll pay for the damage. Who cares if it pays for the damage? I can always get more money. Alrighty, once again, very fast mission, especially if I left as soon as we took out the 12 mechs. We were for the combine here, which means we get the massive 15 shares of salvage. I'm gonna go ahead and take the commando. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this mech around, go ahead and sell it. And let me just take 2 medium lasers. There we go. The 2 medium lasers will replace the ones that I lost, and then I'll just take these 2 right there. So the Jenner, the damage cost, it does factor in the loss of equipment. So the 103,000 C-bills of damage does in fact refer to the 2 medium lasers that were destroyed, but I did have 1 point of insurance there just because we had an overflow. I didn't have anything else to put my negotiation points into, so I mean we basically just got a full payout on the insurance as well. Damage numbers are a little more about what I would expect just because less powerful mechs. I mean, come on, they're in like. Although once again, look, the Locust doing basically double the damage of these guys, and that's specifically because the Locust has 2 medium lasers. This one, the 1E, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers. Welcome back to Constance for a pit stop. Let's take a look at the damage on the Jenner. Yeah, like I said, I just put in these like kind of crummy, not kind of crummy, like these very these are the lowest quality medium lasers possible. So, like I said, we really didn't lose anything. We didn't really even jeopardize our stock of weapons. But what I need to do now is think about how we're going to redesign this. Give me a sec. Alright boys, here is the Firestarter, and this is the standard Firestarter with everything is in its default settings. So the way I'm going to change the mech is I'm just going to pull out the jump jets, and I'm going to max the armor, and that basically we were missing about 3 tons of armor, which to me that's pretty crazy. And what I want to do is, because we do struggle with a bit of heat, I want to try out these new medium laser short bursts. So I'm going to pull out these, and I'm going to put in 2 medium laser short bursts, because it turns out we don't have any chem laser ammo, and that's an oversight of mine. I should have been grabbing up all of it that I had been finding, but I didn't realize. I thought I would just be able to buy it, but I guess chem lasers are a little bit more uncommon. An interesting oversight. Now, I don't want to leave it with .31 armor, so I'm actually going to pull off just a little bit of armor in order to... a little bit here, a little bit... just trying to shave the armor off. A little bit here, a little bit there, just to get enough that we can... there. Fit in 1 heatsink, which is going to go right here, and then I'm going to move the machine gun ammo here. We don't have any... I only have one decent flamer, but it doesn't matter. Like, until we start getting, like, a reliable supply of better weapons, I don't mind. So, over here, what we see is that we're going to have 240 armor. That is pretty good. Like, because the Firestarter likes to get up close, it does need to survive the damage on the approach. So, I much prefer having the hardened armor getting into close combat. Also, because you're diving into combat so much, it does mean that you're going to be surrounded really frequently, which is why, although I did shave off a pinch of armor, I mainly took some off the head. I actually didn't want to take too much off the rear armor. I've heard the argument that you don't need rear armor if you have good positioning. Let me tell you something. Maybe that might be true in MechWarrior Online, but in MechWarrior 5, you will be plunged and you will be plunging deep into the enemy battle lines and doing all kinds of crazy shenanigans. You're going to take rear armor damage. And if you don't, if you play very conservatively, then there's a good chance that your allies are going to take a lot of damage, because if you're not getting in there and thinning out the enemy ranks, they are spending more time shooting back at you. So I definitely prefer this kind of setup. Alright, now here is the Jenner 7P, and normally it would have jump jets. You can see right here that we've got a motive upgrade Mark II slot. That would actually be for, I guess, the supercharger, if we wanted to put it in here. I will give that thing a try, but first I am going to redesign it into a more traditional state. So, we don't have a choice. This has to be an SRM-4, because this is a small missile slot. The SRM-6 goes into a medium missile slot. So that has to stay in SRM-4. Let's go ahead and move this into the leg. And let's go ahead and max the armor out. That's going to take us up to 250 armor, which is actually in the same state that the Firestarter is in. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Take a little bit of armor off on the sides, a little bit off the back, a little bit off the legs. Not too much, though, because, like I said, we don't want to be too vulnerable, because you often get surrounded. And so now we're back to 240 armor. That's the same amount of armor that the Firestarter had. And what I want to do is I want to try out, once again, these medium laser short burst. I am going to use the same quality, and that's because there is a difference. Let me see, what's the rate of fire? 19.3? Yeah, 16.2. I really don't like it when my lasers have different firing speeds, because that really throws me off. So I would much rather have 4 of the lower quality lasers that all have the same shot rhythm than, oh, looks like we have to pull one heatsink off to make this happen. So, that's interesting. So, we are going to lose one heatsink, but in return, the medium laser short burst generates less heat. Let's actually compare. So, medium laser short burst generates 1.8 heat, and regular medium laser generates 2.7. Although the short burst laser does fire faster, I'm wondering if that will be enough to compensate. If not, this is one of these mechs we may need to tinker with. But I'm going to give it a shot like this, and let's send these revised battle mechs back into the field and see how they perform. Alright, so this is perfect. We've got another demolition mission, so it's basically the same kind of experience for... See, look at this, we got like 800,000, because I don't have anything else to spend my negotiation points on. So yeah, we're going to have 800,000 C-bills worth of damage coverage. Anyways, yeah, so this is going to be perfect. We're going to go ahead and load our battle mechs up. So this is where we can see I've got the full team. We'll talk about that at the end of the episode. So I am going to go in my battle mech, the Fox battle mech, and then we're going to send in Valkyrie, which is a javelin. We're going to send Blood Kiss, which is another javelin, and then little baby Scylla in the commando. Anyways, let's give this another shot. And the doors are open. Time to try out our new revised mech. No jump jets, but who needs them? You know, like, this mech is plenty fast, and honestly, if I need to jump over a wall, I can shoot my way through the wall. I guess the only disadvantage is if I need to climb up like a sheer cliff face or something, but I'm pretty sure the situation... Oh god, they got... So this is one of the weaknesses of the Firestarter. The Firestarter is pretty short range, so we gotta kind of do some evasive maneuvers, gotta shake them off before I light up their life a little bit. Wow, short burst lasers fire fast. What? Look how fast that shoots. Like, and by that I mean, look how fast the beam is. Oh, I want to grab. Can I grab this without taking too much damage? I think I can. Cover me, you fools!
Bruh.
No, I stopped gathering it. There we go. Give it. There we go. Wow, those short burst lasers, they finish their firing cycle really quick. That is relevant because it means they deal their damage faster. Oh, not bad. Good shooting, boys. It looks like our range is the same as well, 270, so... Oh, man, so that means with the short burst lasers, you gotta have better aim. Oh! I'm so sorry, SRM carrier, but, like, I'll take you out to lunch next time. Like, it's really important that I get to this right now. You know, no offense, right? You know, you'll forgive me for exploding you right there, won't you? Oh, man. Okay, so this is more of a marksman's laser for sure. Wow, the short burst cycle is crazy. It's gonna take a while to get used to that because I'm used to my lasers having a little more duration, but now I can understand why they're called short burst. Oh, it's so easy to destroy explosive things like that. So the way I like to do demolition missions is I actually like my allies to destroy the base. Meanwhile, I take out all of the enemies. Because that's one thing I'm pretty good at, is destroying raiding the enemies. Oh, it's LRM carrier. This is his evil brother who cheats with long-range weapons. Ah, there we go. The short cycle shots. That's the end of them. As you can see, we're not having heat problems, but at the same time, I haven't had a chance to really lay into... Actually, we haven't fought a battle mech period yet. They better send a battle mech. Like, I'll be a little bit sad if I can't chew into a battle mech. Oh, man. If I can get the hang of these, I think I'm going to like these short burst lasers, actually. But as you can see, look at this. We're already down to 48% on the facility's condition.
Bruh.
Whoa, what just happened? What? What was that? Whoa, why did my game just, like, black out like that? That was... Like, what is happening today? Like, oh, I'm just out of range of my lasers. Oh, those AC-5s are, like, taking little pop shots at me. Like, look at this. We're down to 39. Oh, here we go. We got ourselves a javelin here. Let me greet him with my short burst. Gonna try to come at him at an angle like I am right now, just so he has a little bit more trouble getting a lock on me with those missiles. I don't want to come straight at him. Give him a taste of the lasers. I gotta get closer. Wait, actually, no. Let me get this tank over here. Give him a little bazappa. It's just like the lasers, like, zap! Little like, quick little zap on them. There we go. I'm not sure, like, have any of you guys used short burst lasers? Like, you gotta tell me what you guys think. I think they're not, so far I'm liking them, but you definitely have to have better accuracy. Because, like, with the regular lasers, they take so long to shoot that if your aim is off, it gives you a little more time to lock back onto them. Well, I mean, I guess I could just start tearing this place up. Gotta say, I don't like the way the puffs of fire are constantly in my face. That's a little bit annoying, but a small price to pay for how effective this is. Oh, there's. I was looking for the javelin. I want to take a battle mech out. Wow, looks like our guys have beaten them up pretty bad. Softened them up for me, unfortunately, which is not what I'm trying. I'm trying to actually get some effectiveness on them. How are our guys doing? Looks like we're doing pretty good. Really, they only sent a single battle mech at us, and that fire in my face is so annoying. Let's take a look at our heat. So our heat is still rising, but it's not as fast, or at least I don't feel it's quite as fast. Feels a little bit slower. Darn! Here I was thinking this would be the perfect demonstration. I didn't loot that. I swear I did not loot that. Like, I think that my allies are capable of picking up the loot crates. Like, you guys saw it. There was no way that I looted that. I didn't loot that, but I got the message for it. I swear to God that some of these guys... NANI? Again? What did we get? Where? I don't understand. Don't understand. Alright, here comes the payday. Million C-bills. We got the SRM-2 stream with the Artemis system. Don't know where I would employ such a weapon, but, you know, yeah, Artemis is technically Lost Tech, so, I mean, I guess, no harm in hanging on to it. No battle mech salvage. Very sad face, like, at least we got to use all 12 of our salvage shares, but wow, this place had, like, basically no defense whatsoever. It was just some turrets and tanks, and then the one javelin attempted to save the facility. Very, very sad. Minimal damage. Yeah, okay, this has got to count as building damage, because, like, Vasquez has the highest damage, and that's most likely because he spent most of the time trashing the building. Because remember, we barely did any damage to the base. They took it down below 40% before I started actually taking aim on it. So that's supposed to be what this is. But that shows you right there that it's a pretty good way, and it actually scales up pretty well. Like, even into like heavy and assault mechs, I find that it's a pretty good strategy to you pacify the defenses while your allies destroy the base. Take away their toys. Okay, well, is it deja vu? We've got another Warzone mission, which is perfect. Oh, look at this. I actually can't spend all of my points. Big money, though. 1.2 million C-bills. Like, light missions. Like, don't think that light mech missions are not profitable. You can do them so fast, and think of how little damage you take, completely covered by damage coverage. Like, you can make a ton of money just doing light missions, combined with the new, like, little, like, odd jobs that you can do. Like, there's actually a lot of money to be made in light mechs. Okay, so I'm going to be going in the Ugly Gang, which is the Jenner. And then I'll be supported by the Jim Struckman Spider. I'll be supported by the Lensver, who wanted to go by Silver Lynx, also in the Spider. And lastly, Deadlock it in the surprisingly deadly Locust 1E. Now, I know some of you guys are new to MechWarrior and Battletech, so I am going to try to speak the names of the mechs out loud so that you guys can associate them, because I know that nicknaming the mechs can confuse some people, and, you know, it takes a while to get the hang of every mech shape, so I will try to help you guys out by speaking the names of the battle mechs out loud as often as I can without getting excessively repetitive. That way, hopefully you could start associating. Wow, that helicopter just got toasted. What did that? What do we got over here? Breasting the hill. Oh, what do you know? Oh man, this is actually gonna be a little tricky. It's gonna be tricky because the Jenner is so fast. Wow, why is this mech glowing? Mech is like, bruh. Oh god, I just said that poor SRM carrier. Oh man. Oh yeah, so Valkyrie noticed that the SRM carrier does not have to go in multiples of 2. Well, 2. It's technically more. Yeah, like SRMs typically go in multiples of 2. Ooh, still getting a bit of heat on this mech. Trying to think of what we can do. I guess one thing we could do to manage the heat is we could just make it into our playstyle to make it. The Jenner is a hit and run mech. I believe the intent of the Jenner is not for it to be in constant battle. One thing we could do, though, is drop 2 of our medium lasers into small lasers, which honestly wouldn't be too bad, because 2 regular... Where's our targets at? Where's the bad guys at? What is this guy doing over here? He's in... I can't even... What is he doing? Why is he so high in the air? Come down. I don't have a long-range weapon.
Somebody kill him! Get him! Somebody get him! No! Okay. I was a little worried he was like wigging out on us or something.
There we go. Okay, that was a little weird. That was a little strange, boys. Alrighty, finally, they're sending their attack waves. One of the reasons why I also like the Jenner in these kinds of war zones is because the Jenner does struggle with heat. The fact that we're fighting the enemies in waves rather than just like, this mech wouldn't be as good in a Demolition where you're just constantly shooting your weapons. And that's because the waves of enemies gives the Jenner, the natural pauses in the battle, gives the Jenner a chance to cool down, which is really beneficial. Like right now we are up to like nearly 20 heat. And look, the next wave is coming, and it gives us plenty of time for our mech to cool off. Even if we were, I see him, like, even before I'm in radar range. Got ourselves a Spider over here. sorely outgunned. A spider would be so sad to see a Jenner, just because the Jenner has, like, what, 3 or 4 times the firepower of the spider, and the spider cannot use its speed against it. Like, the spider's only a hair faster than the Jenner. Really not going to be happy to see that. Oh, see, there we go. Like, the lasers are in our arms, so we are able to very nicely zap him even when he's above us. This is the perfect example right here. I'm going to zap this guy. Heat is high, but there are these little natural breaks in the battle, meaning by the time we get to the next one, probably going to be down to about maybe like 50 heat. Okay, got ourselves a javelin. On the javelin, boys, let's get him. We should just be able to swamp this guy with the burst damage that we're going to do. Get him in the air with the... I love having the medium lasers in the arms. Like, a good example would be, like, the Locust would be... Oh, God! The Locust would be so much better if the lasers were in the arms, like the standard Locust. If the machine gun was in the body and the laser was in the arms, that would be so much better. Wow, like, these lasers are just coming through. Really nuts. Gotta say, like, I think now that I'm getting the hang of it, yeah, take him out. Yeah, just right here, just turn around and shoot him. You can do it. Turn around and shoot him. Okay, fine. I'll do it myself. I don't have a problem with it. I'll go over and blast him myself. It's not a big deal. Right here. Boop. Nope. Oh, he lived.
He lived? Okay, well, let's look on the other side of this mountain. Form up, boys. Come on, Spooderlance. This is still Spooderlance, technically, because we have the 2 spiders. Here we go. Well, oh god, this is really bumpy. What is up with this rocky terrain? Holy crap, like, am I able to... Okay, I can just plow through this. Okay, that's fine. I was worried for a second.
The zippity zappy. Got him with my lasers. I gotta say, I'm starting to warm up to these really fast. My mech is warming up to them. Look at that, like, it goes to, like...
It goes to practically, like, 40 heat after just 1 or 2 shots. I sure hope they are. I would like them to come sooner rather than later, now that my mech is cooled down. Like, these lasers, like, they cut through people in a hurry. I'm very much enjoying them. What is there? I mean, like, I felt like 400 was our striking range. Let me give it a try again.
Yeah? The problem, though, is if your aim isn't super great, then you're gonna feel the pain on... Oh, medium mech. What you can tell it's a medium mech is the dot in the middle. What do we got there? I'm hoping it's a... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, they're trying to kamikaze into me. Holy crap. Holy crap. We got something. What's the media? It's... Hey, woo, God, it's an enforcer. That's actually a fairly tough mech. Look at that. We just slashed right through the commando there. I'm going to go ahead and back off a little bit. Can I get... I got a good shot right there. I think I'm going to joust with the mechs. I think that's a pretty good way to use the Jenners. Jousting is basically when you make, like, strafing passes. I think that's a good way to deal with the Jenners. Just because, like, the mech isn't as good with sustained fire, so, like, sustained fire is better for circle strafing. But I think this mech might be a little bit better with a more of a jousting style. Like that, and now I'm going to back off. I'm going to swing around. Targeting his arm, that's where his weapons are. Both of his major weapons, the AC-10 and the large laser, are in the arm. Plus, it's also going to make him have to pick between who his targets are. Almost got his arm. Looks like it's the left arm. Need to focus on the left arm. I see it. It's the one that's a little blackened. Oh, God. No, I'm in a ditch. Not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. Taking a pass around on him. There we go. We're through it. Center torso is almost down. I don't want him to shoot me in the back with the AC-10, though. Better stay evasive. Swing around. There we go. Very nice. Oh, looks like the Locust took a bit of damage there. Must have lost an arm. Not too surprising. Don't know when the Locust lost an arm. I can assume that. Let me take a look at the damage reports. Whoa, the Locust hasn't lost anything. In fact, all of its weapon systems are intact as well. Oh, okay, that's... I guess it's just, low rear armor. Not sure what caused that. Like, very evenly distributed damage, too. Like, how... What a curious... It's a very curious pattern of damage on the mech. Alrighty, let's see what we raked in. Oh my god, we almost could salvage the Enforcer. Wow, we were 2 salvage shares off. Can we get, no, we have to settle on 1 mech. This is the most valuable, and it's worth 11 shares, so we'll just turn around and sell that. And then I'll just grab this. Well, let's take a look at how many we own. Okay, it looks like it doesn't matter. Let's go L. Okay, you want to make, I need to actually, so normally I just click down the list and salvage everything in sight. I need to actually pay more attention because we need to be picking up the chem lasers, and if I find chem laser ammo, but at the same time, we didn't fight any battle mechs that have chem lasers, so. Looking at the damage report, good God, look at the Jenner. Like, you might think that, you might be a little like, I don't know if I like the Jenner because the heat is a bit high, but it's all about the missions you pick. But look at that damage right there. Like that was a pretty short mission, and we already racked up 440 damage just due to the fact that the 4 medium lasers and the SRM4, like that hits really, really hard. And if you pick the right kinds of missions, if you choose like a raid mission, a Warzone mission, like think of any kind of mission that has little gaps in the combat, well then that's going to help you naturally compensate for some of the vulnerabilities of the Jenner. Overall, really love both of those 2 battle mechs. Let me know what you think, though, down in the comments section. You've actually seen most of the light mechs. I think there's only like 3 light mechs you haven't seen, and they're kind of on the rare side, so it'll be kind of hard for me to pick them up. When we get them, though, I'll definitely pilot them. But let me know what you think. Which of these light mechs did you enjoy the most? And did I convince you to give some of these light mechs a shot? Anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys what your mechs look like. Alright, viewers, so this is Ugly Gang right here. The Ugly Gang Jenner. He wanted kind of a forest green and a dark red, and that's what I came up with. Over here, we already seen Jim. Here is Lensver, who wanted to go by Silver Lynx, and if that's the name of the mech, then I tried to make it look like some kind of, silver camo cat. We've already seen Deadlocket. Here is my mech with the channel theme colors. We've already seen, that's Valkyrie in the Steiner colors. We've seen Bloodkiss. Here is, oh god, that was the wrong button. Here is Lil Baby Scylla, that is Macronox's name. He wanted a magenta color scheme that looks like a pink was kind of like dripping on top of it, and so that is what I went with. It's actually the mountain, or it's, I think it turned out okay. I'll leave it at that. So, Mr. Fire Spy, I still need a paint scheme for you. Until then, you'll just begin to kind of like standard or, drab olive color. Same with Azrael. Welcome aboard. That's AI. I like seeing some new subs in here, like people I don't recognize. But yeah, just let me know what color you want to be, Mr. Azrael. This is Bandit. We've already seen that one. And this is, I just did it again. I need to push the 1 button. So this is Bandit over here. He wanted to look like an Iron Warrior from the Warhammer 40,000 universe, and I'm a fan of that series as well, and I think I pulled it off really well by... This color scheme actually has a lot of chrome. Like, if you look at the legs are actually a little bit shiny. That's because they're unpainted chrome. And then I gave it a dark gray color scheme, and this was the closest I could get to the Iron Warrior style hazard lines. Overall, though, I think it actually turned out pretty well. Anyways, thank you for being awesome viewers. I added you guys into the game. It's just a way to show appreciation to the subscribers. But yeah, let me know what colors you want. I'll adjust them as necessary. This is all that I can fit in for now. I don't think I will, unless someone gets destroyed, I probably won't use any replacement names. But if someone gets destroyed, I'll take someone else. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments section. Like the video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future MechWarrior 5 Heroes of the Inner Sphere DLC. Rags to riches, of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.